Ladakh, the Trans-Himalayan region of India, is one of the highest, harshest, driest and coldest inhabited areas in the world. But it is also one of the most beautiful. This land is like poetry written on earth. All this combined with its amazing cultural heritage and its eternally happy and warm people make this land stand out from the rest. Ladakh is also the cradle of Dhamma and the finest example of the living Buddhist heritage in India. Its ancient Gonpas have been ceaselessly reverberating with the teachings of the holy Buddha for centuries down the line. This is the spiritual land of karma and living heritage wherein monks and common people are striving alongside for preservation and dissemination of Buddha's teachings. An embodiment of this living heritage is Most Venerable Lama Lobzang, a remarkable monk who has lived his life in selfless service to the humanity at large.
मेरा मानना है कि लद्दाख ने जिस महापुरुषों को कहूँगा जन्म दिया उसमें से लामा लोब्जांग जी जिनका जन्म ले शहर के एक फैमिली में हुआ, गाँव फैमिली में हुआ, उनकी जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है न सिर्फ लद्दाख के लिए पूरे भारतवर्ष के लिए बाकी इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जो उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन है उनका नाम इतिहास में हमेशा रहेगा.
I look at Venerable Lama Lobzang as a person who is completely merged with the mountains, rivers and its people. He has become an icon, a symbol for Ladakh. You remember Ladakh, you remember Lamaji.
The teachings and values given by the Buddha are result-oriented. Lama Lobzang understood and implemented these and achieved big results. His Dhamma activities, combined with his most noteworthy contributions for living heritage and his philanthropic work, have converted a little monk into a living legend.
कुछ सालों से लामा जी ने हेल्थ के बारे में कम्प्लीटली अटेंशन दिया गया है और ले में भी हर साल पर स्पेशल डॉक्टर ला के लोगों के यहाँ ट्रीटमेंट दे रहा है और इस तरह से करगिल में भी किया गया है और करते जा रहा है. उससे यहाँ के गरीब तबकों को बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ है. जो जिन लोगों को क्षमता नहीं रखता है, सपोर्ट नहीं है कि आगे जाके उसका इलाज करें, तो सुपर स्पेशल डॉक्टर सब यहाँ आते हैं, यहाँ एग्जामिन करते हैं, सब्सिडी को जिस तरह से फैसिलिटीज़ चाहिए वहाँ से लेके इलाज करने की पूरा इंतज़ाम कोशिश करते. तो मैं समझता हूँ इतना 89 साल का बुजुर्ग इस तरह से काम करने अपने आप में एक मिसाल है.
It is one of the most memorable experience of my career till today. We were going there regularly doing OPD, advising the patient. Then for the patient, those who need surgery, they were coming to AIMS. In 2013, we decided we will operate over there, and credit goes to Lamaji. Lamaji asked us, can we do it at Leh Ladakh? So it was a really tough decision, tough task. Doing Leh Ladakh high-tech surgery, which is confined to only metropolitan cities and few centers. Since then, we have done 112 joint replacement over there. Out of 112, 102 joint replacement, they are total knee replacement, mainly knee replacement, because knee problem, osteoarthritis, or even inflammatory arthritis of knee is very common over there.
Ashoka Mission, the organization run by Lama Lobzang in Delhi, has been tirelessly working for propagation and promotion of Buddhism over the decades. Healthcare for the poor and needy is one of the key focus areas of Ashoka Mission, under which the free medical camps at Leh and Kargil are being organized with the support of super specialist doctors from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, belonging to different medical disciplines.
लामा जी हर साल वहाँ से प्रोफेसर बड़े बड़े डॉक्टर को यहाँ खुद लेके आए कि यहाँ हर एक मतलब गांव के लोगों के लिए ट्रीटमेंट यहाँ ले में फ्री में करते हैं सर। तो मैं समझता हूँ लामा जी का हमारे लद्दाख के लिए, लद्दाख के करगिल के लिए, सब के लिए बहुत बहुत वो हमारे वो उसके शुक्रगुजार है सर।
A journey to explore and tell the timeless and one of the most inspiring stories led us to village Shenam near Leh. Lama Lobzang showed us his parental home where he was born in 1931 and spent 8 to 10 years of his childhood. But how he became a monk from an ordinary boy is as unique and inspiring as his whole life has been.
When I was 1 or 2 years old, I got sick. That is what I was told. There was no hope of surviving. So then, those days, there was no medical facility or anything. So my parents took me to the monastery and offered me to the monastery and promised if this child survives, he will become a monk and he will serve for the Buddhism. That is why I became a monk.
On reaching the permissible age, he joined the monastic life at Sankar Gonpa and then remained in the service of his Guruji, a revered saint scholar of Ladakh. Lama Lobzang spent the major portion of his early monastic life in this meditation hut. He volunteered to undertake an arduous trek along with us to reach this holy place nestled in the mountains. He was full of nostalgia coming here. Those were the formative years of learning and imbibing the ethos of Buddhism, which laid a strong foundation for the young novice.
गुरुजी यहाँ अपने मेडिटेशन करते रहते, मैं नीचे बैठते उनके लिए खाना बनाना, चाय बनाना, ये सारा मैं करते रहते थे। फिर जो मुझे अपना याद करने के लिए जो देते गुरुजी, सब याद करके पढ़ाई करते थे गुरुजी। फिर हमको बीच में गुरुजी का जो मेडिटेशन होता है, वो ब्रेक होता है, तो उसमें करीब 1 घंटा या आधा घंटा वो मेरे साथ रहते, मुझे पढ़ाता है। फिर कमरा बंद करके अपना मेडिटेशन में रहता है।
On occasions, the young monk would spend hours thinking and trying to find the real purpose of his life. Thus started the thought process from within to without and beyond in his young mind. Identifying the potential in the young monk, the 19th Bakula Rinpoche, the tallest spiritual, social and political personality of Ladakh ever, sent him for taking formal education to Sarnath near Varanasi in 1951. It is important to understand that Ladakh of that period was totally cut off from rest of the world. It had no roads, no vehicles, no hospitals, no marketplaces, no modern facilities and only monastic education. Therefore, before going to Sarnath, Lama Lobzang had no exposure to the outside world whatsoever. We reached Sarnath to trace the amazing story of Lama Lobzang further. Here we identified and met his tutor, who shared a good relationship with him and taught him for a long time then.
लामा लोब्जांग 1951 में सबसे पहले आए थे। जब यहाँ आए न हिंदी जानते थे न अंग्रेजी जानते थे। महाबोधि लाइब्रेरी में पीछे कमरा है, उसी में वो रहते थे, वहीं पर जाके मैं पढ़ाता था। सबसे पहले तो मैं हिंदी पढ़ाना शुरू किया, हिंदी के बाद तब अंग्रेजी पर ध्यान दिया। ये बातचीत में भी तेज थे, काम करने में भी तेज थे, हर चीज़ में, और भिक्षुओं से ये आगे थे।
Sarnath was a turning point in the life of Lama Lobzang. Lord Buddha had started teaching his Dhamma from here, and Lama Lobzang started his Dhamma life from here.
He is the only living monk in India at the moment who participated in the Chhatta Sanghayana, the 6th Buddhist Council, which was held in Myanmar in Yangon.
At Sarnath, this great monk was awakened to his purpose and mission in life. He not only studied here in this institution run by the Mahabodhi Society, but also contributed to a large number of youngsters getting formal education here.
लामा जी के साथ जो मेरा पर्सनल कांटेक्ट हुआ वो लेट 1950s में हुआ था, जबकि कुशोक बकुला जी ने लद्दाख से कुछ बच्चों को उन्होंने चुना और उनको सारनाथ वाराणसी में अध्ययन के लिए भेजने का उन्होंने एक सिलसिला शुरू किया, और इसको करने के लिए उन्होंने लामा लोब्जांग जी को चुना, तो मैं भी उनमें से एक था।
सारनाथ से मैं कश्मीर चला गया, जब कुशोक बकुला जी मिनिस्टर था तो मैं उनका ऑफिशियल पब्लिक सेक्रेटरी बना, तो उसके बाद फिर वो सारा हो गया, फिर लद्दाख बौद्ध विहार बना। लद्दाख बौद्ध विहार के लिए जब पंडित नेहरू के पास हम लोग एप्लीकेशन लेके गया, कुशोक बकुला जी हम दोनों, उन्होंने पंडित जी को ये कहा था कि लद्दाख के लोग जब दिल्ली पहुंचते हैं तो कहीं भी उनके लिए ठहरने के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है। तो पंडित जी ने फौरन उसी समय एक्शन लिया, कुछ दिनों के अंदर ये काम करना शुरू हो गया। तो जब लद्दाख बौद्ध विहार कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा था, हमने 20-20 में आकर के देखते थे, मेरे ही देख रेख में सारा लद्दाख बौद्ध विहार का कंस्ट्रक्शन वगैरह कंप्लीट हुआ। जब लद्दाख बौद्ध विहार बन के तैयार हो गया तो पंडित जी खुद आए देखने के लिए कैसे बना, तो उन्होंने उसको इनॉग्रेट किया। जब इनॉग्रेशन हो गया तो कुशोक बकुला जी ने कहा तुम दिल्ली जाओ, लद्दाख बौद्ध विहार का सेक्रेटरी इंचार्ज बना। तो कुशोक बकुला जी उसकी प्रेसिडेंट था, मैं सेक्रेटरी इंचार्ज था।
The visionary Bakula Rinpoche in those days was the sole crusader of Buddhism in India. He not only spotted the talent in Lama Lobzang, but also nurtured him to shoulder big responsibilities. At Delhi, the young Lama started putting the Dhamma into practice. In consonance with the vision of the great Bakula Rinpoche, the first and foremost service to the humanity undertaken was in the field of education.
He has taken so many young children from Ladakh and started a school called Ladakh Institute of Higher Studies, where he has brought children from all the Himalayan region, including Sikkim, Kinnaur, Himachal and Ladakh also. And then later that school became Vishesh Kendra Vidyalaya, because all the children from Himalayan region are brought to Delhi and given some scholarship also, where they can sustain their the fees of hostel fees and school fees also. So there all the students, they studied in Delhi. I was also a student, one of the students who went to Delhi and joined that school.
His connection with the teachings of the Buddha is manifold, because he had been a sort of an embodiment of the teaching of living Buddhist heritage in the promotion of engaged Buddhism. This is something which is unique in Lama Ji.
He started with some small but important steps for revitalization of the Dhamma in the land of its birth.
जितने जो न्यू बुद्धिस्ट हैं, अम्बेडकर है बुद्धिस्ट, उन सबको लेकर के 10-15 लोगों को ऑफिसों में काम करने वाले ऑफिस से छुट्टी दिला करके, फिर उनको मुंडन करा के, बाल काट के, फिर पीले कपड़ा पहना करके, थाईलैंड से मोंग को बोला करके उनसे दीक्षा लेके 15-20 दिन के लिए दीक्षा लेके, उन सबको लेके मैं गांव-गांव पैदल घूमते रहे। पीले कपड़ा पहन करके बुद्धां शरणं गच्छामि, धम्मां शरणं गच्छामि, संघं शरणं गच्छामि का पाठ करते हुए जब जाते हैं, इतने लोग देखने के लिए आते हैं। जब सड़क पर तो बस जाते, सारा बस रुक जाता है, सब बस के अंदर से लोग निकल के आता है देखने के लिए क्या हो रहा है। तो ये हमारा पुराना एक संस्कार है इंडिया में जो पुराने ज़माने में ये होता है, तो वो संस्कार लोगों के दिमाग में अभी भी है। तो इसको लोग बहुत श्रद्धा के देखते हैं। ये काफ़ी फायदेमंद रहा। रात को जब हम लोग बैठ के जब फंक्शन करते हैं, मतलब टीचिंग करते हैं, तो हज़ारों लोग जमा हो जाता हूँ।
Buddhism was lost for many centuries in the land of its origin. Discovery and identification of sacred footsteps of the Buddha and other Buddhist centers started only in the 19th century. Lama Lobzang had realized during his initial stages of exploration and assimilation of the Dhamma itself that Buddhism in India needed to be revitalized. Because of his connection with living Buddhist heritage, he was quick to realize that the Buddhist heritage sites needed to be transformed into living heritage sites. He felt that this was the only way to provide long-term benefits of the true teachings of the Buddha to the world at large. The Buddhist heritage is spread over a vast area of the Gangetic Plains, the areas of the sublime wanderings of the Buddha. He realized that for the revitalization process to succeed, the communities living in the vicinity of this heritage, and especially the communities with Buddhist roots, need to be sensitized and brought back into the fold of the Dhamma. Therefore, he has been running a movement and visiting different villages for this purpose. His efforts have been yielding the desired results, and the communities with Buddhist roots are coming back into the fold of the Dhamma.
इस गांव के लोगों का बहुत दिनों से एक डिमांड था कि लामा जी आएं और हम लोगों को दीक्षा दें, धम्म के बारे में, सत्य जो धम्म है वो उसके बारे में बताएं और हम लोगों को उस मार्ग पर चलने के लिए प्रेरित करें। तो इसी संबंध में लामा जी वहाँ पर पहुँचे और एक बहुत ज़बरदस्त एक उत्साह देखा गया। जब व्यक्ति कोई भी इंसान या कोई भी समूह जब पूरे मन से किसी चीज को स्वीकार करने के लिए तैयारी करता है, तो जब लामा जी पहुंचते हैं तो धम्म का पूरा वातावरण बनता है। लामा जी जहां भी जाते हैं वह स्थान अपने आप धम्ममय हो जाता है। गांव में लामा जी आए और लोगों के घरों में जा करके लोगों से संपर्क किया, महिलाओं से, छोटे छोटे बच्चों के साथ इंटरेक्ट किया उन्होंने, और वो बहुत ही गांव के लोगों ने इसका धम्म लाभ प्राप्त किया।
On the other side, Lamaji has been visiting different villages with Buddhist heritage spread around these villages. At such villages, Lamaji's presence has been generating much enthusiasm. The inhabitants of these villages are happy to show him the Buddhist heritage spread in the vicinity. Lamaji has been continuously sensitizing the inhabitants of such villages about this heritage, its importance, and the need to transform this heritage into a living one.
Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa.
ये जो गुफा है ये इतना पवित्र स्थान है, यहाँ पर भगवान बुद्ध आए, क्योंकि हिलसंग के उस कीर्तन में ये आता है कि वह भगवान बुद्ध यहाँ पर आए, इस कैंप में रहे। तो ये बहुत बड़ा पवित्र स्थान है ये जो के। मैं समझता हूँ कि मैं बहुत भाग्यवान कि मुझे यहाँ पर ये, तो ये तमाम हिंदुस्तान की जगह जगह कई जगह पर भगवान बुद्ध के अवशेष है, हेरिटेज साइट है। ज़्यादातर विलेज में, गाँव में है। गाँव वालों को हमें धन्यवाद देना चाहिए क्योंकि गाँव वालों ने उस विलेज में जितने भी भगवान बुद्ध के अवशेष, भगवान बुद्ध की मूर्तियाँ जो ज़मीन के नीचे दबे, सब निकल करके बाहर ला रहे हैं और रेस्पेक्टेड जगह पर, अच्छी जगह पर रख रहा है। ये बहुत प्रशंसनीय हमारे लिए है। तमाम वर्ल्ड के सभी जो बुद्धिस्ट डिवोटीज हैं उनको सामने आना चाहिए और ये हेरिटेज साइट को लिविंग हेरिटेज साइट बनाना चाहिए अभी हमारा, जैसे पहले था लिविंग हेरिटेज है।
Following the Sangha approach, Ashoka Mission has been associated with like-minded organizations like the Samrat Ashok Club. This has been done to institutionalize the efforts of revitalization of Dhamma in the land of its birth, and also to ensure the long-term sustainability of such noble efforts. Big functions like this one, attended by thousands of people who are now following the path of the Dhamma, are being organized from time to time to make the revitalization process as vibrant as possible. Lama Lobzang is an icon for these people. Right from the initial days, this great being has been meeting the prominent leaders of India to discuss the revitalization of Buddha Dhamma in the land of its origin and the revival of Buddhist heritage sites. He has also been traveling all over the world in order to facilitate international participation for revitalization of Buddhist heritage in India, which belongs to the entire world. His lifelong efforts culminated in the formation of an international Buddhist body called International Buddhist Confederation in 2011, with Lama Lobzang as its founding Secretary General.
He was the one who made an immense contribution before IBC was set up. I think for about 2 years, he went all over the world. He met all the supreme leaders of the Buddhist world and he brought them together on a common platform where the IBC was given birth. So that was a major contribution.
One of the major objectives of the Confederation was to give historically neglected sites a voice of strong global advocacy group with the motto, Collective Wisdom, United Voice. The founding members' conclave of the International Buddhist Confederation was a convergence of the world's Theravada, Mahayana and Vajrayana heavyweights from different parts of the Buddhist world.
Our Most Venerable Lama Lobzang ji has done a very great work to bring all the Buddhist organizations, institutions from all over the world, from more than 29 countries, under one platform called IBC. He has made the people from different walks of life come together and also think how to preserve and promote the Buddhist cultural heritage available in different parts of India and convert this cultural heritage into a living Buddhist heritage.
Another important aspect of Lama Lobzang is his exemplary service to the humanity for about 5 decades in the health sector.
Of course, Lama ji has a lifelong contribution to health, the health sector. He has been helping patients since very young age for many decades now.
Lama Lobzang is an inspiration. He works at the physical level, wherein despite his senior age, he spends time every day in the crowded Hemis to get the poor treated.
He is doing a tremendous job for the for these patients of the Ladakh, because even you ask a simple kid, any of the irrespective of any religions, irrespective of any age, you will just ask who is Lama Lobzang. Everybody knows he's the Lama Lobzang is the one who takes care about the patients in Ladakh. So it's his image in the Ladakh. So from myself, he's a very self-dedicated and is a very generous person, and helping to these people of the Ladakh in different ways. Yes, he's a legend.
Other than his service at the physical level, Lama Lobzang works on the mental and spiritual level as well. Buddhism teaches that karma is created through thoughts, words, and actions, and he is doing all three. He is the finest example of having actualized this principle in his life, and inspires others to do the same. He has taken concrete actions to arrange for the comfortable stay of patients at Ashoka Mission. He is an embodiment of the great living heritage of Dhamma, which teaches that the fundamental purpose of life is to strive for the happiness of others. Stenzen Angmo, a young girl from a village in Ladakh, has been staying at Ashoka Mission for many years to take treatment at Hemis for her multiple problems.
मैं 2008 से यहाँ पे दिल्ली में ट्रीटमेंट कर रही हूँ, और स्टार्टिंग में मुझे काफ़ी बीपी का प्रॉब्लम था, और उसके अलावा मुझे यूरिन प्रोटीन में काफ़ी यूरिन आ रहे थे, तो मेरे काफ़ी फीट स्वेलिंग हो गया था एंड फेस पे काफ़ी रैशेस हो गए थे। तो इस वजह से ले में काफ़ी पहले ट्रीटमेंट हुआ था, पर वहाँ पे उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि दिल्ली रेफ़र करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि ये किडनी का कोई प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है। जब मेरा बायोप्सी यहाँ पे हुआ तो उसमें मेरा डायग्नोज निकला SLE।
Or systemic lupus erythematosus is an autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the healthy tissue in many parts of the body.
मेरे केस में ये था कि वो मेरे किडनी को डैमेज हो गया। फिर मुझे डॉक्टर ने बताया कि आपको SLE का काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम आपके बॉडी में है, तो इस वजह से मुझे ये ट्रीटमेंट करना पड़ेगा। तो ये काफ़ी लॉन्ग ट्रीटमेंट होता है इसके लिए। एक्चुअली मैं 2008 से स्टेरॉइड्स लेती हूँ मेडिसिन अपने SLE ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, मेरे जैसे पेशेंटों के लिए लेना ही पड़ता है। तो वो लेने की वजह से मुझे 2012 में हिप में मुझे प्रॉब्लम हो गया।
She had to go in for hip replacement in 2015, where both her hips were replaced. Thereafter, her kidney transplant took place this year. Help to patients is being extended without any discrimination. A case in point is Haji Abdullah Bhatt, whose life has changed after support and help was extended to him for his knee joint replacement. Taking treatment at Delhi, and that too in an institution like Hemis, is a costly affair. And this is one of the reasons for Lama Lobzang to start the initiative of free medical camps at Ladakh. This year, 175 different types of surgical procedures were conducted and 2,728 patients were examined in the OPDs during the free medical camp at Leh in the last week of September.
So these camps are being conducted at least once in a year with super specialties, neurosurgery, orthopedic surgeries, gynecologies, and all kinds of surgeries, most of the surgeries, even cardiac surgeries. And these are wonderful opportunities because we also get to learn a lot from super specialty doctors.
These camps have proven to be a boon, especially for the poor and needy.
I may have gone there to treat patients, but I thought I treated myself. I came back feeling cleansed, if you can understand what I mean. You know, it was a sort of a soul-stirring experience with nothing earth-shattering happening there. It's just landing there. And you won't believe it, you can check this with Lamaji. I mean, to me, he's an incarnation of the God. You know, I believe that God can't come in human forms, so he probably comes, you know, in little of his self will come in people around us, and he's one such person. I think this has happened, this has started, This is running, and this will run only because of him.
Medical initiative of Ashoka mission in the shape of medical camps in Ladakh is not only serving the humanity, but is also aimed at protecting and preserving the Buddhist heritage of Ladakh. Now, to take this initiative to the next level, Lama Lobzang wants to have a high-tech diagnostic van. This van will travel to all the rural areas of Ladakh in order to detect and diagnose various critical ailments like cancer. This will save the lives of many people living in a very difficult terrain, which is not happening now due to late detection and treatment.
His contribution towards Buddhism has been tremendous from various angles, which makes him a very special person, a very unique monk who in totality follows the path of Buddha. We can say that he's totally in line in the path of Bodhisattvas.
The living heritage that Lama Lobzang talks about is not just about places, rituals and structures, but the heritage of selflessly dedicating one's life for the good of all living beings. The heritage of staking life for the preservation of this tradition, where every person is cherished and valued, where not a single individual is left behind. He has shown through his life that this is how one practices the Dhamma. Lama Lobzang has accomplished so much in his life. He is touching 89, but still exudes youthful energy and plans to continue his noble endeavors.
To promote Dhamma, Venerable Lama Lobzang plans to bring all the Buddhist traditions under one umbrella and proposes to organize a global Buddhist congregation in future.
Let us all join this great monk in his noble mission, which is for the benefit, happiness and harmony of all living beings.
Tayang dik sing ang le yang le la la ma gun juluk sing man tang juluk sing ang le tar yu de zo lom bo na ju tayang